Hey.
Hi.
Well, hey.
Ooh.
Welcome back to MLG Anaheim 2011. I'm Day 9.
I'm DJ Wheat, excited for our next matchup. I'll tell you what, Day 9, Day 2 has been pretty remarkable in the games that we've seen so far. During the championship pools, we saw some one-sided games, but we only had 1-2-1 yesterday. Started off the day with some very, very remarkable matches between the two or the four players that we've seen today. And now we've got another matchup that I think a lot of people are excited for, including the two players that are going up on stage right now.
And including the two casters who are right here in front of you, getting ready to giggle, because it is going to be SlayerSBoxer versus EGiNcontroL on the main stage literally now. The players have joined the game, and EGiNcontroL noting that the booths are very warm. And that's because we like him to be snuggly and cozy while he plays. That's right.
We don't want him to be cold, certainly. So we're going to be starting off on MLG Xel'naga Caverns. A little bit of history there. We do know that in this particular group, Idra and EGiNcontroL, both from Team Evil Geniuses, having to battle it out against one another. We saw that matchup last night where Idra came out on top, but we also saw the Idra versus Boxer match. And prior to this event, Day 9, both of them said it was a match that they wanted to play. Now, Idra very much confident that he was going to be able to win it. It did not happen. EGiNcontroL, don't know that he necessarily said, oh, yeah, I want to play Boxer because I'm going to destroy him. I think more or less said, I want to play Boxer because he's like one of my heroes. So fulfilling dreams up here on the stages of MLG.
And the bot. Now, as EGiNcontroL quoting one of the greatest movies ever made, I would like to briefly note that if he talks 2 more times, he gets a technical, which means Boxer is allowed to pick a unit that EGiNcontroL is not allowed to make. Can do it. I don't think is from the movie, but you know what? Boxer improvises. In the bottom left corner, the man from Evil Geniuses, one of the most popular players in the community. It is EGiNcontroL. And in the top right, the man leading his group, the Emperor himself, it is SlayerSBoxer. Undefeated in his group right now on an absolute tear. Would love to get into that top 3 slot. Now planting down his barracks. Xel'naga Caverns, we haven't actually seen that much of today, Marcus. Of Xel'naga Caverns.
No, we haven't. We haven't. And I want to just rewind a second, Sean, because, you know, I think a lot of people on the net there, of course, they like to compare the Koreans. They like to put all the, compare all the foreigners. And people were immediately saying, oh, the weakest of the Koreans is certainly going to be Boxer. Now, obviously, from the crowd response, it does not mean that he's at any loss of a fans. But one of the things that Boxer has clearly shown is that he still exerts a lot of dominance against his opponent. He's obviously doing great things for the Slayers clan as well, bring up a lot of very, very impressive talent. So, again, very excited, and will EGiNcontroL get his revenge?
I mean, it's going to be very, very tough for EGiNcontroL because, as we've seen from SlayerSBoxer, not only is he showing a lot of solid play, but also innovation. Think about that Blue Flame Hellion medevac drop craziness, and he's canceled the barracks, and almost made me talk inside out, Marcus. He's canceled the barracks. There's the reactor going down. The second refinery, almost certainly EGiNcontroL is going to be suspecting a standard 2 racks pressure, when in fact Boxer is just doing something very, very unusual. I would suspect that it's going to be a transition into some sort of tank, perhaps even Banshee play. I mean, rarely ever do you see a reactor plant this early and follow it up with this fast of a second gas, unless you have a big tech play planned.
Well, the factory does go down almost immediately once he's got the gas, and the reactor is finished up. Marine's going to be pouring out of that racks in just a moment. We have the second gateway being thrown down by EGiNcontroL and a third gateway as well. Assimilator number 2 is up, but no mines out of it quite yet. There we go. As 3 probes transition over to that. So the 1 Zealot is out, 2 gateways building. And where will EGiNcontroL go from here? Boxer with his wall at the front. The factory's going to be finishing up here in just a moment, and then I guess we'll see what his what his plan is here.
Well, EGiNcontroL taking out any Terran structure he can. He's going to get at least an advantage against the neutral player on the map, taking out that supply depot. I actually am not sure I like the play of taking that out this early in the game because early bunker pressure can be a little bit annoying, and it just cuts off a couple of options for the Terran. EGiNcontroL now planting a pylon. It's going to be a forward pylon. There's been no pressure yet from Boxer, so EGiNcontroL is going to begin suspecting something. There's the starport coming up, and it looks like absolutely no fast tank. Instead, going to be going for fast Banshee. And there are the Marines popping up, and it looks like another tech lab, so I would suspect that we will see some kind of Banshee tank Marine on 3 racks.
We did have EGiNcontrol's pylon taken out by these Marines that were scouting around the map. This small little hit squad didn't take out the probe that plopped that guy down there, but because it was not behind the tall grass, it was easily seen. I think Boxer probably would have checked behind there anyway, and now we do have that first Banshee coming out based on the gas that we see here for Boxer. No cloak to add on to that as well. See what he's going to actually do with this, as the first tank is also on his way, so exactly the composition that you predicted earlier on.
High five to me.
High five to you.
Yeah, hope that picked up on audio. We do see the expansion now going down for EGiNcontroL at the natural expansion, moving up to that right Xel'naga watchtower. And again, EGiNcontrol's getting real suspicious. Where is that 2 racks pressure? He knows that something is up. And even if you do know that this push is coming, it is a nightmare to defend against. This is what Bomber has popularized quite a bit, what we saw Jinro try to pull off against Choya in Game 2. But at this point, we see EGiNcontrol, interestingly, getting a Forge. Might seem a little bit unusual, but he has actually practiced this defense quite a lot, and I've seen him successfully defend this very push with this fast Forge play.
We have all the sentries returning back home. 1 Stalker there for defense. The second one being warped in right now. The Nexus is not yet complete, and first Stalker will catch that Banshee before he can even make his way into his opponent's base, and will back off right now. However, a bunch of Marines, SCVs, and tanks making their way out.
Wow.
The probe will scout this incoming army, and EGiNcontrol will have to react.
That's always a gross feeling when you see a lot of SCVs come down, because it's not going to be an ordinary attack where you can just throw down a couple of force fields and repel it. And it looks like Boxer will be able to pick off a Stalker on the retreat. EGiNcontrol now knows that this is an all-forward attack, and he cancels the Nexus. And Boxer is so far ahead in the food count at this point in time, it's going to take some miraculous force fields from EGiNcontrol.
It really is, and there we're going to have a siege up on the tanks. He's got to be careful there. 2 of the sentries go down. The tank fire sieging the army of EGiNcontrol. And then we're going to have the bunker dropped as well, just outside. More Marines will eventually be streaming their way down here, along with the tanks as well. And EGiNcontrol just not letting Boxer, or trying to stop Boxer from making some sort of forward movement.
And there's another pair of force fields get thrown down, but Boxer target firing the sentries, takes out the one with the high energy. The Marine Banshee count is just too much. I highly doubt EGiNcontrol's name is Inigo Montoya at this point.
Is not. We're going to have a photon cannon going down, but it'll easily be taken out. These 2 Banshees now doing an enormous amount of damage. He was not able to take out that early Banshee. There's the scan to see what else could possibly be coming its way. And unfortunately, a 3rd Banshee joining up, and that Immortal will do exactly nothing this matchup. Boxer's inside his base with just a couple Marines and 2 Banshees, and now the whole force moves forward, and Boxer continuing to show his dominance here in this competition.
Boxer has killed off over 5 times as much as his opponent, and there is the good game. Boxer with the great timing, the trick cancel on that barracks at the start of the game, and that trademark Boxer control may have seemed a little subtle, but man, when you hit that unit's loss tab, it really shone through. 4,500 plus resources lost by EGiNcontrol, and only 800 for Boxer. Yuck.
It was pretty solid. I mean, it was pretty scary. The first Banshee came out. It was like, it was spotted. He chased it down. He also took out that Stalker before he even made that. I mean, and at that point, it's like, well, shoot, that was actually like a 10th of my army at that point. You know, EGiNcontrol couldn't bring it back. Boxer, another big win. Will he go undefeated in the championship pool? Well, we've still got another game yet to go, so we'll be back in just a moment, and we'll find out what'll happen in Game 2. I'm DJ Wheat.
I'm Day 9. Don't go anywhere. EGiNcontrol versus Boxer Game 2 right after this.